Hi, this is Kathy from Craft with Kathy. Thanks for joining me this evening. I'm going to hop right into this quick little project and go over things in a little bit more detail than I did on the last few project. I just want to explain how to clean your transfers and a couple other different little things, but basically when it really gets down to it, the fundamentals are position, paste, and peel and reveal. It really is that simple. If you can butter toast, you can chalk. And excuse me if I'm having a hard time talking today. I have had a very strange last hour or 2 hours. I had this rolling cart that I had loaded up with a bunch of things, you know, my water and my iced tea and all those little things. And the water I ordered came in really tall bottles, so I had to put them on the top shelf, right? And I went to roll the cart, and all of a sudden one of the wheels fell off, and the whole thing was listing worse than the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So I guess off to the hardware store. I'm going to have to find new wheels or something for it. But anyway, so I'm a little discombobulated yet and trying to recover from it. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be going live in my VIP group right after this project. If you are not a member of my VIP group and would like to be privy to additional tips and tricks and some games and some other little things, just comment VIP in the comments below and I will send you the link. It's open to everyone other than other designers, and that's due to company policy. This is the transfer that I'm going to use tonight. It's called Autumn Shows Us. And I'm going to use a different technique on here. I mean, basically the fundamentals are position, paste, and peel. But there are a couple other little techniques that could kick things up a notch or two. And I want to show you one of them tonight. Drop me a line. Let me know where you're viewing from. Hi, Tara. How you doing? I am going to clean this surface. Now this actually is part of a board and base that I did, I don't know, maybe a month or two ago. And then last week or so, I did 'Tis the Season to be Spooky on it, which I really liked. I love this Very Perry shimmer. It's so sparkly. But I'm going to remove the small steps every day. Something I've tried to teach myself, small steps every day. As long as you're moving forward, it's a good thing. It doesn't matter the pace. Just as long as you're going forward, it's a good thing. So I'm going to show you how to remove chalk paste from a chalkboard. On a lot of surfaces, our paste is removable because it is water soluble, and I'm just spritzing this a little bit. And I don't know if I have my top screw down there quite right, but anyway, I'm going to show you how easy it is to remove an image from a chalkboard. Now, our paste is not removable from all surfaces. If you use our paste on wood, there's a good chance that the pigment from the paste will stain the wood and you won't be able to remove it all. I'm doing good, thank you. Louisiana, what's the temp there? So I've spritzed this with water, and I could actually, I did have a roll of paper towels close by, I thought. I swear I did. You see my roll of paper towels? They were probably on top of the rolling cart. Ah, I see them. They were on top of the rolling cart. Hopefully I don't knock this over on my arm. Okay, yeah, we've got that propped up with a 2x4 right now. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I spritz it with a little water, and I could use a paper towel to erase the paste, okay? But I'm going to use something that makes it a little bit quicker. This is our board eraser, and it comes in a 2-pack, and they're usually in a round. I sometimes cut mine apart just to get more use out of it. So I'm going to take that board eraser and just go over my board with it, which kind of puts a little bit of abrasion on the surface, and it's a little bit quicker than just using a paper towel by itself. So you can see I'm not the most patient of persons, So you could kind of see why I opt for the board eraser when I have the opportunity. And then I'm just going to wipe it off. Actually, I usually spritz my board eraser first. Spray a little bit more. Now this has been on here, I think about 2 months, so it didn't take long to remove that image from it at all, which is one of the reasons I love working on chalkboard. Oh, 71, my favorite type of weather. We finally cooled off a little bit now for autumn here, and then we went straight from like the 80s into the 50s and 40s, and there was a frost warning one night, and it was just, and then one night some areas got a little sprinkle of snow and kind of like sleet and stuff, and I'm like, seriously, can we have fall? Can we have autumn? So today it was in the upper 60s, which is a little bit more my speed, but autumn is one of my favorite seasons. I don't know if it is my most favorite, but it's up there. Spring and autumn. I'm not real fond of the snow in the winter, and I'm not real fond of the heat in the summer. So anyway, so see how easy that was to clean off. And then I should just rinse this under a sink or rinse it under running water. So I'm all good to go on this. This is the transfer, and it's all about autumn. Autumn shows us how beautiful it is to let things go, and then there's some leaves on the bottom. This is a little transfer. This is our small, well, we have minis, but this is basically our smallest size. It's 5 by 7, and it's a nice starter type project. And I'm going to put it on this boarding base. Before I do that, I'm going to fuzz it, and fuzzing means I'm going to deliberately apply a little bit of lint to the back of our adhesive transfer, just to diminish the stickiness a little bit. Our transfers are reusable multiple times, 8 to 12 times or more, with proper care. And the proper care really is basically cleaning them when you're done using them, fuzzing them when they need to be fuzzed, and letting them dry, and then putting their little backer back on. Now I'm putting this on chalkboard, which is somewhat porous, I get. I'm going to line it right up near the top here so that I allow space at the bottom for it to fit in the base. And then I'm going to smooth it out. I've got a great big air bubble here. I'm going to just lift it and then press it back down. You want to make sure that there is no air bubbles. So I got another one. Here we go. Make sure there are no air bubbles. Our transfers are made out of vinyl, which is the teal, and silkscreen, and you're seeing through the silkscreen to the surface beneath it. And the silkscreen allows us to get this beautiful clarity to images and to wording. And I'm going to start right off and use my shimmer copper for the words on this. And I'm just going to, I already checked this out and checked the consistency, but you want your paste to be generally between a yogurt and a sour cream consistency. If it's too thin, leave the cap off a little bit and let it dry. Just stir it up. And if it's too thick, just add a spritz or two of distilled water and stir it up until it's the right consistency for you. And I always suggest using distilled water because the chemicals in your water and tap water can very well interfere with the pigmentation of the paste. Now I've applied this over my silkscreen, smoothed it out. I'm going to put the excess back into my jar. Now here comes the fun part. I'm going to do a different technique here, and it's called hot mess. And you'll see why in a moment. This is a small transfer. This was beautiful on something larger. I actually, oops, I have 2 rusts here. Let me put this away. This is a brand new one. Get my old one. I did this something similar last year with an image with a lot of leaves and things, and this was just, it's absolutely beautiful. I'll bring it out and put it out probably this week, kind of in the entryway. So I'm going to take my rust, and let's see, what do I want to use? I'm going to use this is the squeegee into my detail tool, and I'm just going to take a little tiny dab of it and dab it on these leaves, because I want my leaves to be multicolored, because in the fall our leaves are more than one color. So this technique is called the hot mess. You basically take multiple colors of paste and you apply them, and then you blend them to get multicolors, but to also get a blending of the colors too. So just want to grab a little bit here. This is kind of a small area to be working in for this technique, but it'll work fine. And let's see. Cover up my copper. I'm going to take some olive shimmer and a stir stick and just apply a little bit of my olive green here and there. Just kind of sprinkle it around. You don't have to be perfect. Things are going to meld and blend as we go, so it's no big deal. Just want to make sure that I got some of it on most of the leaves. I don't have to get all of them. You know how leaves are all different colors this time of year, at least here. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of gold. Now I'm using clean stir sticks for this because I can't put my stir stick in a color paste and then use it and put it in another color without washing it. So I'm just grabbing a little bit here, and basically after I dab all over, I'm probably not going to put this back in the container to get more if I need more. Just scrape it off of here because I already have different colors. I'm picking up colors from my surface already, so I wouldn't want to mix them and basically alter the color of my paste in the jar. I'm making a mess. Can you tell why this is called a hot mess technique? And then I think we need something a little brighter, so I'm going to add a little bit of orange peel here, if I could get it open. Need a clean stir stick. Here we go. So just a little bit of the orange here and there. And then somewhere I think I have my dune paste out here. Can you tell I'm using all different colors because leaves are all different colored this time of year. And then a little bit of dune because at least here, a lot of the maple leaves eventually, as the season progresses, are kind of like a dune color. And I'm out of stir sticks, so I'll just take the back end of one. Oops, this must be a new thing of dune. I grabbed the wrong jar, but that's okay. Let me open this up and we'll get moving on this. Ooh, I'm just going to grab a little bit off of here without getting into too much trouble here. And dab, 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 dab. Okay. Let me cap some of these up and I'll show you how we do this. You could take your finger and wet it and just kind of smear it around if you want to get some blending. I'm not going to do that because my hands are messy enough. I'm going to use my squeegee and just kind of do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And basically I just want to make sure that I've got everything covered, somewhat blended. I don't want to blend too much because I don't want it to turn muddy. But if I do blend too much and this is turned muddy, then guess what? I could wash it off and do it again. You saw how quick and easy that is. Let me get that. My paste is drying a little bit because I was a little slow here. Okay. We positioned it, we pasted it. Time for peel and reveal. And look at, I have a mistake. I went off my transfer. I'm going to show you how easy it is to fix that. So I'm going to peel from the top down and look at it as I peel to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Oh, that looks good. And my leaves look very pretty, very autumn-like. Realize I'm picking a little shadow up here, but you can see the different colors. And being that I use shimmer paste in here, and the Dune I think was the only flat color, although the rest were shimmers, they're not quite as shiny as a glitter, but they do have some sheen to them and some sparkle. So as that dries, it'll lighten up a little bit. I'm going to grab a piece of paper towel and fix my mistake now. Just going to spritz a little bit of water on my paper towel. I could wait until this dries and do it, or I could actually fix it right now before it dries. And I'm just going to wipe my little oops off. And that's it. Now, don't you just love something that you can make a mistake and fix it that quickly? That's one of the things that really drew me to this. I was like, do I understand that properly? And I could reuse the surface over and over and over again. Especially if you don't have a lot of storage space. I find that, especially with my larger frames, I could create things as the seasons go by and then change it up for the next season, and I don't have to worry about storing multiple things. Now, I had left the space at the bottom so this would fit in my board and base and not cut off my image. So I'm just going to put it in here. Obviously, it could go in vertically or horizontally, but how quick. I'm going to just put this one. Oh, that's too high. Let's see. I'll put my little thing underneath it. How quick and easy was that? So I'm going to set this aside to dry. Make sure all my pastes are closed up. And I'm going to show you how, oops, that one's not closed up, right? I'm going to show you how easy it is to maintain or clean your transfers. Now, ideally I would bring this over to the sink, but I don't have a camera positioned at the sink. So I'm going to clean it on my surface. I could actually put it in a little water bath. I have a little bucket that I use sometimes, and just have to put like an inch or two of water in it and just kind of rinse it, kind of rub it with my fingers, get it cleaned off, whatever. Oops. I'm just wetting this underneath too. But what I'm going to do here is use my board eraser that I used on my board. It's a little wetter than it is. And I'm going to use it on the not sticky side, the top side of my transfer. I'm not going to use it on the adhesive. And you can see how quick it is to clean the paste off of the transfer. Now, I am getting a little bit of staining because of the pigment of the paste. That's fine. If it stains my transfer, it does not harm it. It just doesn't look as pristine or as pretty as it did beforehand. Then I'm going to take my mind blanked. Disinfecting. I couldn't think of the word disinfecting. A disinfecting wipe, and use a circular motion to clean off the remaining paste. The big thing is you want to make sure that you get the paste out of the silk screen. I'm going to flip it over. Now I'm going to do the back side. Whoops. Okay, slow down. Sometimes I'm in too much of a hurry. So I'm just cleaning the paste off the back side. And once I get all the paste removed, whoops, let me clean my surface a little bit here. Once I get all the paste removed, I will go back over it and remove the lint that I deliberately applied. And that renews the adhesiveness for the next time that I use it. And basically, as long as there's no paste clogging the silk screen and the transfer still has some stickiness to it, you could use it over and over and over again. And truly, you could even use it once the stickiness is gone. Okay, so I've cleaned it. Now I'm going back over it. I usually go in one direction and just wipe the lint off. If you don't have a fuzzing cloth, by the way, you could use a sweater, you could use a pair of jeans, you could use a flannel shirt, you could use a towel. It doesn't really matter, but you can see I picked up a little lint here. You can see the teal from the fuzzing cloth. Now I'm going to set this aside to dry flat. And once it's dry, I'll put its backer back on it. The shiny side of the backer goes on the sticky side. You want to let it dry sticky side up. Then I'll put it back in its little cellophane envelope for the next time I want to use it. How easy is that? Members of my VIP group. Last week I did a welcome and welcomed some new members, and I asked to please share your favorite transfer so that you could be entered into a drawing for Happy Mail. Please do that. Right after this live, I'm going to go over to the VIP group and do my drawing for last week's new members. So join me over there if you're a member in the VIP group. Thank you so much for watching. Ooh, we've got Black Friday specials going on right now. There's a posting on the page. Great deals going on. One of the things that stands out in my mind is the house cutouts are bundled together with either the evergreen transfer, kind of like a welcome home type of thing and whatever, or a Christmas cottage set of transfers that go with the house cutouts, or the Halloween, the haunted house ones that go with the house cutouts. All three of those bundles are 60% off. So grab them while you can. They will be on sale until Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time, or until the supply runs out. So get them while you can. I mean, it's a great deal for all of them. I'm going to let you take a look at this, and you can see it's not fully dry yet. Our shimmers take about 8 minutes to dry. Our regular paste about 5. But you can see it's starting to pick up a little bit of the sparkle. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening. See you soon.